All right, guys, so TBF National Semifinals, Day 2. Just like all other tournament videos, regardless if I do well or if I suck, you guys get the video anyway. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button right down there along with the bell notification button so you get notified every single time I put out another video. Practice. Okay, so I leave my house on Thursday. It's like a 4-hour drive there. I'm on the interstate. I'm on the phone with Jarrett Rushing, as a matter of fact. And Jarrett is going to be behind me when I get on I-40. Well, I get on I-40 and I'm driving and I'm on the phone with Jarrett and I'm like, dude, something's wrong with my truck. It's losing power. And like, no sooner did that come out of my mouth, my check engine light came on, my temperature gauge spiked, and I lost like all power. So I was able to limp to the gas station like 2 or 3 miles down the road and park my truck at 3 o'clock in the morning and then call Mrs. Mongo Fishing to have her get a hold of my dad to get my dad's truck so that they could come bring me my dad's truck so I could cross load the stuff and then get on the road. And I just left my truck sitting at a gas station here in Arkansas to pick it up on Monday. Like, I get to Eufaula and I topped off the boat gas tank, and then I go and I'm just about to launch the boat and I realize I cannot find my wallet anywhere. And it's been 20 minutes since I left the gas station. So I turn around and I see it sitting in the parking lot and I'm like going over towards it and some lady picks it up right then at the same exact time. But I get my wallet. I do go practice and I find a little bit of water willow that has some really good bass in it. Derek Dixon and I practiced together and we figured out a pretty good swim jig pattern. And I mean, to safely say that was a 13 to 14 pound pattern is, I mean, that's pretty safe to say. They were good quality fish on these swim jigs. And so that was Thursday. And then Friday, a storm moved in. And keep in mind, I've had this headache this whole time. So Friday, the storm moved in. It was going to be super nasty early in the morning. So Jarrett and I both just kind of chilled at the house and waited for the storm to move on. And then he went out and practiced. And I had this raging headache, so I never went and practiced on Friday. And I just chilled at the house all day. So Saturday was day 1. You guys saw that. That is right there. And then Sunday, here we are, day 2. So I wake up Sunday morning. Headache is just thumping. It's kicking my butt. And I'm already kind of not really in the mood. But we're still going to try because we're only like 2.5 pounds out of tying the lead. I mean, that's a legit, that's just a good fish. And this lake totally has the potential. But honestly, looking at the stats, the person I'm most afraid of is Jacob Davis from Denali Rods. Jacob is sitting, I think, 1 place behind me in 10th, but he only had 2 fish for the same weight as my 4. And his co had big bass on day 1. 2 fish for over 8 is pretty good. So he's definitely on the right fish. You know, if he catches a five bass limit, then he just runs away with this. So let's get into day 2. Oh, he was little. I think his spinnerbait in the bushes is going to be killer this morning, or today. That one just swirled at it and missed. He just rolled at it, completely missed it. I just saw a little white bass try to eat it. Right when I lifted it out of the water, I saw him swing at it. Right at the boat. Never mind, he's little. Yeah, he wouldn't have kept it unless he was a freaking Kentucky. Is that? How are you? You got 5 yet? 1. It's 1 more than I got. I lost the short.
I got a good one though. I thought it was 4.5.
Nice. You get him on a white buzzbait? I cannot get bit on white at all.
That's the first buzzbait
See, I caught 4 of my fish yesterday on a black buzzbait.
Really?
Sorry, 3 on a black, and then 1 on a that little motivated one, the little 1/8 ounce dude. 1 on that, 3 on a black toad.
I did yesterday after one, I mean, until the sun got up above the trees, and I never had a blow up.
I fished a buzzbait till 10:30 yesterday.
Yep. Yep, that's what I did too. I heard that they were supposed to be eating buzzbait from one of my buddies, and so I committed to I fished off yours here in Braxton and didn't get anything going.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going fishing.
Right. All right, good luck, guys. Be safe. Let's kick on the big motor and go back to where we started again and come back down through the same pass. I think they left. I don't think they worked around the corner. If they worked around the corner, then we'll pull short, but I want to come back through the same exact stuff we fished just now because that was my better side. Plus with the wind blowing in this way, that should be the side the bait's on. The bait shouldn't be over here. I mean, there's some over here, obviously, but this should be the better side. Dude, something just tickled my toe. Not good. Not good when I got my foot up underneath there and something like just like like I don't know what you are, but sweet Jesus, please don't let that be a spider. It can be anything other than a spider. See, I'm okay with snakes. Actually, I take that back. I'm okay with pretty much any creature once I see it, right? Like, so like, if a snake goes across my hand or across my foot and I don't see what it is, I'm gonna scream like a little. Once I see what it is, I'm okay. It can be a little mouse this big. My 6'6" is gonna scream like a little if it runs across my foot and I don't know what it is yet. I disarmed bombs for over 20 years. That was my job before I retired. Spiders don't bother me. Snakes don't bother me. Unless they just catch me off guard. Now, I will say the 2 things I am afraid of that I don't with at all is crickets and horses. I hate crickets and horses. He was little. It's gonna be super tough to do, but I think if I can get 14 or 15 pounds, I can actually still do this. That's a possible weight here. It's just not easy. My buddy Jacob freaking sitting with almost 9 pounds with 2 fish. And his co had big bass. What's frustrating is I caught him cranking in practice. I caught him on swim jigs in practice. I couldn't get a swim jig fish or a crankbait fish yesterday to say. Oh my God, I just broke my fucking line. Oh, it's still sitting there. How'd that break off? I never have braid break off like that. Wow. Yeah, that's 65-pound braid. Look, my bait's still sitting right there in the tree, so I'm gonna grab it. No, dude, it didn't even break. Like, it broke way back here. Like, it wasn't even near the knot. Like, not even close to the knot. So I had to have a weak spot in the line itself. Because, like, you expect, the knot is always the weakest part. I've got, like, 10 feet of line here. It's like 10 feet of line. So that's, I guess, probably good that it broke. Because if it had broke on a fish, I'd have been pissed. So I still got to figure out what I'm going to do tonight. I'm in my dad's truck right now because on my drive here, my truck died. So my truck is literally at a random gas station in Arkansas right now. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Like, it was when I left on Thursday. It was when it broke down on me on the interstate. That's where I left it. It was exit 84 at a Flying J, I think. Anyway, exit 84, remember that. That's actually really where I want to go, but there's a boat back there. Damn it, Bobby. I feel like a one-legged cat trying to bury a turd on a frozen pond. I don't know what to do, man. Part of me wants to throw a spinnerbait so I can catch some fish, but the other part of me wants to throw a buzzbait so I can catch better fish. But I can also strike out with the buzzbait thing. Look at me, I'm a pro. Come on. There we go. Dude, this thing's gonna come back with ticks on it. What type of dead fish is that? A big old gizzard shad? Oh, I just got smoked right there. What is that? Is that a little bass fish? That was a bass fish. See, I'm frustrated because I caught him on a swim jig on Thursday, and I lost one big one on a swim jig yesterday. But that's the only swim jig bite I got yesterday. I think I probably need to do what I absolutely don't want to do, and that's flip a Senko. Oh, you better still be on there. I mean, he thumped that thing so good. I don't think he's on there. He thumped that thing so good, peeled me back the way he's supposed to. Oh, he just let it go. I was just reeling down to freaking thump him. Just reeling down to thump him in his mouth. He's like, never mind. Look how fat that little guy is. You know the heat index today is supposed to get up to 115? I saw that last night and I was like,
I knew it was going to be hotter than yesterday, that's all I knew, and yesterday was hotter than a mother.
yeah. It said the heat index is going to be 100 to 115. Austin, I swear I don't normally suck this bad. What's that?
But I believe you.
This is ridiculous. Flipping. It's almost comical, dude. There we go. I mean, hook sets are free. Unless it's a Megabass Fishing 110 jerkbait, then that hook set will cost you $25 because that'll actually be a treat that time. All right, guys, so here's the deal. It was miserable. My co and I caught some fish, we caught some shorts, and then neither one of us were really having fun. Like I said, my head was just thumping, and it was just stupid hot. And he and I had actually discussed it early in the morning that if the temp gets too bad, sorry, my puppy's losing her mind. If the temp gets too hot, or we're just really not feeling it, that we were just going to call it. And Pima, go. I love you too. Okay, now go. So we had decided that if we just weren't feeling it, we were just going to call it. And so that's what we did. Just went home. So didn't weigh. Neither one of us weighed anything on day 2. We just called it a day, and I think I was almost home by the time the tournament was actually over. By the time I found out that Jarrett Rushing won, I was almost home, actually. But final place, I think I finished in like 23rd because I didn't weigh anything on day 2. So that's that, guys. I hate putting out videos where I don't have any results that are worth a crap, but it is what it is, man. This headache is kicking my butt. It's a lot better now than it was then, but at that time it was literally dominating pretty much everything. So it is what it is. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, get on the water, be safe, and go stick some lips.